Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the webinar, guys. How's everybody doing? Great to have everybody here. I'm Omar Zenhom, the co-founder of WebinarNinja. Great to have everybody here. As you're joining the webinar, please introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Also, let me know what would be a win for you today. I'd love to hear from you. Bonus points to Ed, first person in the chat. Saying, hey, I'm Ed, looking to expand my subscriber base. You're in the right place, Ed. Great to have you here. Hey, Elizabeth, who's a health coach who wants to grow her email list. Love it. We got Latanya. Welcome, Latanya. I'm a life coach as well, looking to build my list. Love it. This is great. We have lots of great coaches in our membership, and I'll be showing you some of the best practices of growing your email list with automated webinars today. I'm so excited to have everybody here. As we get started, I also want to let you know that I am launching a poll right now. You'll see that in the chat. You can click it. Let me know how satisfied you are with your list growth. I just want to know, get a pulse of how everybody's doing today so that I can cater today's session to you. So excited to have you today on today's webinar. So again, guys, as you join the webinar, I see people coming in right now. Introduce yourself. Tell me who you are and what you do, and what would be a win for you today. What would you want to get out of today's webinar? Learning how to get your first 1,000 or next email subscribers with automated webinars. I'd love to hear from you so that we can make sure that this is interactive. Guys, you're going to get out of today's webinar what you put in. So please, if you've ever been on a webinar with me, you know that I like to keep it interactive. So let's make it happen. So for those who don't know who I am, I'm Omar Zenhom. I'm the co-founder of this company, WebinarNinja. But before all this, I was a teacher. Actually, I was a high school university teacher for 13 years. I taught 5 classes every single day in front of students. This is what I did for a living. And while I was doing that, I was side hustling, building businesses on the side for 13 years. And I started my full-time entrepreneurship journey in 2012. And from there, I started a digital course and a podcast called the $100 MBA, the $100 MBA Show. Our podcast is daily business lessons. We've been doing it for over 7 years now. And it's been one of my favorite things I do because I get to teach every single day. And it's been an incredible podcast. We've won Best of iTunes and have over 125,000 subscribers to the podcast. It's been incredible to hear from them every single day. And of course, I'm the co-founder and CEO of this platform that you're on right now called WebinarNinja. I basically wanted to create a tool to make it easy for you to grow your audience and share what you know. This is what I've been doing all my life, is teaching and sharing what I know. And this is why I'm here today on the webinar teaching you how to grow your email list with automated webinars. Awesome. Hey, Andrew, great to have you here. You're a freelance online marketer. What would be a win for you today, Andrew? Let me know in the chat. Love to hear from you. So that's a little bit about me. If you have any questions, make sure you ask away if you do. A lot of people ask me, how did you go from there? I started with 0 subscribers, guys. I started with 0 email subscribers, had no email list. I remember my first email account was with Aweber, and it was just a very interesting time in my life because I was like, where do I go from here? But I actually got a good piece of advice from Tim Ferriss, and Tim Ferriss said, everybody starts at 0. Everybody starts at 0, even people that have millions of subscribers. And today I've been able to grow my email list to over 50,000 subscribers. But most importantly, I prune my email list constantly. I make sure people are only on the email list that open our emails, that are actually interested in what we have to send them, whether it's the newsletter or content or offers or whatever it is. I don't want to spend money on my account, on my email marketing account, on people that are tire kickers, on people that are just not interested, right? That are just putting me in their spam folder. I want people that actually want to talk to me, right? That are interested in what I have to do. So this is really what I'm trying to show you today, is how to build an actual healthy email list pretty quickly with people that are actually hungry for your information. How does that sound for you in terms of what we want to cover today? Let me know in the chat if that sounds like something that you're interested in. Okay. So a lot of people ask me, so how did you go from 0 to today, 50,000 subscribers? How did that all happen? Okay. So let me know if this sounds familiar to you in the chat. you think about growing your email list and you think about a million things. You think about, I need great opt-ins. I need great content. I need to be able to know where to put these forms. I need to do some marketing. I need to be on social media. I need to maybe get on stage. How many of you are thinking about a million things about how to grow your email list? Okay. I wanted to hear from you. Be honest, guys. This is a safe space. We want to hear from you. Do you get overwhelmed when it comes to like all the different strategies and techniques and tactics that you have to do? Okay. Elizabeth says yes. Okay. So um, if you do, I'm going to give you a little bit of gift here. Okay. Because I felt overwhelmed when I first got started. I felt like there's a million things I have to do. I felt like I'm constantly behind and I can't keep up in terms of like all the things I have to implement to grow my email list. And I started to just focus on one thing. And this is really the gift I want to give you today is really all you need to do is focus on one thing when it comes to growing your email list. If you focus on this one thing, then you're going to find it a whole lot easier to start seeing your list growing faster. And you're going to get people that actually care about what you have to say. Okay. So, what is that one thing that I focused on? The only thing I focused on, it's kind of like my golden rule in business, and this is the only thing I really worry about because everything falls into place, is building trust. That's all I need to do. I need to find a way to find people that are interested in what I have and interested in what I can offer and build a relationship with them, build trust with them. Okay. I need to find a way so that I could show, especially if your product is information or coaching, you need to show them that you actually can help them, that you have their best interest in mind, that they can trust you. I need an opportunity to do that. And that's really all I focus on. Like, how can I build trust in my audience so they can feel like, okay, Omar actually knows what he's talking about. He can actually help me. He can get me results. This is really what I only need to worry about. Because if I could do this, then it's going to be easy for them to be like, hey, okay, I'll join their email list. This person's actually giving me value. This person's actually going to help me. I trust this person's not going to scam me. That's not going to, waste my time. Okay. So building trust is your golden rule. Now, that means that if you decide to do something in your business that doesn't build trust, we do not do this. Okay. And we talk about this when it comes to building automated webinars because be honest, okay? How many of you have been on an automated webinar that really masqueraded as live, but later found out it was automated webinar? How many of you have experienced that and felt a little icky after that, right? Did that build trust or did it break trust? Okay, did it make you feel, oh, I trust this company even more? Or do you feel like, oh, I'm not really sure about this company or these people, like this looks kind of scammy? Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. You can't do this. This is golden number rule, building trust. And we'll talk about why this is so important, how to mitigate for that, how to make sure that you can stand out from the crowd and make sure you build trust even with automated webinars. Okay. So the reason why I love automated webinars for building trust is that there's only 24 hours in the day. Okay. I can't do live webinars like I'm doing right now with you. Okay. Going back and forth with you every hour of the day. I need to sleep. I need to eat. I need to get some other work done, right? We have busy lives. You have a business to run. You have a product to create. You have customers to serve. There's a lot of things you got to do. So what I love about automated webinars and what I want to show you is that you can use the power of automation to attract the right people to join your email list. And not only that, but to consume your content, build trust. So you're automating the trust building, okay, because you're getting them great value. And then you can then convert them into a customer, convert them into a client, okay? This is why automated webinars are something that is just like a backbone of my company. This is what I do all the time. But there's a right way and there's a wrong way to using automated webinars to grow your email list and to grow your business. Okay. And today I want to show you the right way because it's very easy to do it wrong. Okay. It's very easy to slip into bad habits. Okay. And when you do it right, it does incredibly well. It actually is an exponential result versus you kind of maybe half-assing it. Okay. You want to make sure that you do it properly. Okay. So this is what we're going to cover in today's workshop. Okay. That was a brief introduction, but here we go with the workshop overview. We're going to talk about why automated webinars are great for growing your list. Okay. We're going to talk about how to make sure you avoid some mistakes that a lot of people make when it comes to creating automated webinars so they can continue to feed their email list and make sure that they have a good steady flow of clients and customers, right? We're going to talk about the key steps. What are the steps involved in creating an automated webinar system? Okay. Now I call it system because it's not just the webinar that we're talking about, because there's things that we do before the webinar, there's things we do after, so that we make sure that not only do we grow our email list, but we take those leads and we warm them up, right? We build trust and then we convert them into customers. And then even after they become customers, we are not done with them, right? We got to serve them. We got to make sure that they are happy. We want to retain them. We want to make sure they buy our other products and services, all that kind of stuff, okay? And then I'm gonna show you how you can create an automated webinar system with me. So if you want some guidance, if you want a step-by-step way to kind of build that so you can grow your email list, I'm going to show you how you can do that. I'm going to invite you to an opportunity for you to do that. So, and of course, we're going to have open Q&A. If you have any questions along the way, just go ahead and click on the question icon in the tab up on the side of the video, and we're going to use the chat to discuss, to go back and forth. Okay. So if you have questions, you can pop them now. You can pop them during any time. I'm going to make sure I answer every single question as we go along. Okay. If this sounds good, give me a thumbs up. If this agenda sounds good, give me a thumbs up. Give me a fire. Tell me, hell yeah, let's do this. Let's go. Give me something in the chat. I want to make sure that you are with me today. Latania's got a thumbs up. I love it. What else, guys? Give me a pause. I'm in. Elizabeth says, I love it. Good stuff, guys. All right. I told you it's going to be interactive. Andrew, thumbs up. Good. I love it, guys. Keep your hands on the keyboard because I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions as we go along, okay? So the first thing we're going to cover is why automated webinars. Well, the first thing I touched on this is that we want to automate it. We want to automate the trust building process. We want to make sure that when I get somebody to join my email list, I attract them with content they actually care about, content that actually is like, I'm dying for this information, right? And from there, I want to be able to say, hey, it's not a bait and switch that I'm going to over exceed their expectations. I want them to come and they say, wow, I came for this and I got this, this, and this. Okay, these people actually know what they're talking about. This person actually is helping me. Okay, I'm so glad have you ever experienced that where you found a website, found a resource, found a YouTube channel, and you're like, I'm so glad I found this podcast. I can't believe these people are amazing. This is so great, right? This is the experience we want to reproduce with automated webinars. Let me know if that resonates with you. If you ever like discovered something, you're like, wow, I can't believe I didn't know about this all my life, right? It could be a show even, right? The other thing that's really important is brand affinity, right? A lot of people don't talk about this when it comes to small businesses or it comes to coaching businesses, to information businesses, but it's just as important. There's a reason why big companies spend millions, if not billions of dollars in marketing, whether it's billboards or Super Bowl ads or TV or podcasts. The reason why they do this is because they want you to have more touch points, hear about this product over and over, right? Over and over, you want to hear the new Ford Mustang, the new Ford Mustang, the new Ford Mustang. You see it on the billboards, you see it on the podcast, you hear about the Ford Mustang while you're watching sports, whatever it is. The point here is that they say it takes 7 touch points for you to start recognizing a brand and saying, oh, what is this thing? Let me check it out, right? To actually have it registered in your brain. So automated webinar actually creates this process for you because you're getting brand affinity when you advertise this actual automated webinar, or you put it on your social media, or you put it on your website. They see it again on the registration page. They see your branding, they see your logo, they see what you're all about. They see it again once they register. They see it in the email notifications when they are reminded about this automated webinar. They see it in the actual automated webinar, right? They see it again in the follow-up emails. So the point is that you're creating touch points so that people can continue to see you and be reminded of your brand. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that resonates with you in terms of building that brand affinity automatically for your business. I love it. Abudun, please forgive me for if I mispronounce your name. Abudun, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. Abudun Kadri, thanks so much for being here. You're an online marketer. Tell me what would be a win for you today, Abudun. The next thing that automated webinars do is that it's an email list building machine. A big part of my email list growth has come through automated webinars because it's a no-brainer. When you signed up for this webinar, you didn't question. You didn't think, it's just natural for you to say, yeah, that makes sense. I will go to a webinar and give my name and email. And that makes sense because I'm going to register. I'm going to get emails. You don't question it. It's such a high value proposition that people give their email address willingly to webinars, because it's so much more value than maybe a PDF or a downloadable or an ebook or whatever it is, because they're actually going to get real training, and this is something that makes email list building so much easier. Okay, the next thing that automated webinars do is that you get more attendees in total. I can't do live webinars 24/7. I love live webinars, and live webinars do have a higher attendance rate because of the live aspect, but I just can't do, 5, 6 a day, right? But with automated webinars, I can literally do one every hour if I wanted to. So the total number of people that actually attend and consume my content is a whole lot more than what I do with live. So this allows me to not only get the new emails into my list, but also it allows me to earn that trust, build that brand affinity, and be able to convert them into customers. And then lastly, it gives me an easy stream of ongoing sales. Okay. Why? Because in a lot of ways, you can automate the sales process through automated webinars. Now, if you have a product that's $2,000 or less, okay, you can literally sell it right off the automated webinar. I've done this before. I've had courses, I have platforms that I've used that just I sell anything that's less than $2,000. It's easy to convert. Now, if it's a higher ticket price, higher than 2,000, maybe you have coaching that's like $10,000 a year or something like that. It doesn't mean that automated webinars don't work. It just means that you can just lead them into a live webinar. So usually this means I would invite them to a live webinar where I would sell a higher ticket item. And at the live webinar, it's much easier to convert higher price ticket items. But for things on the beginning of your sales ladder, whether you're selling books or courses or maybe even group coaching or whatever it is, it's very, very easy to be able to streamline this with automated webinars and creating offers right inside of the automated webinars and the follow-up sequences. We'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, so that's why I am in love with automated webinars. This is why I encourage you to run automated webinars to grow your email list and get all these benefits. Now, there are some mistakes a lot of people make when it comes to automated webinars, and I want you to avoid these like the plague. Okay, promise me if I share these with you, you don't do these. Okay, say I promise in the chat, please. Say I promise I will not do these, because these are the things that irritate the hell out of me, right? This is probably a big reason why I started this company, is because I wanted to clean up the way people market, the way people use webinars. It's just not clean, okay? And I want to make sure that you have my word, Latanya says. Yes, okay, good. Thank you, guys. So the first thing you're going to avoid, like the plague, is not being transparent. What's golden rule number one? Who's paying attention? What is a rule that we do not break, right? Put in the chat. What is the rule that we never break? The only thing we focus on, the one thing that we have to do with everything we do when it comes to building our list. Be transparent, okay? But it's another T word. What does that have to do, right? We're trying to build what? What we're trying to build? Trust. Thank you, Tanya. Right. So we're trying to build trust. So we want to build trust. Thanks, everybody. Andrew, Elizabeth, good. So when you're not transparent, you automatically start putting in seeds of doubt. Okay. So I am incredibly transparent in the webinar. So if you are new to marketing, if you're new to your business, say it. Hey, this is my first automated webinar. This is my first time I'm doing this workshop. I hope that this is, valuable for you. People will resonate with you because they are not perfect either. Okay. Nobody's perfect. Okay. So being transparent is incredibly important. But a big part of not being transparent is you want to avoid this. You have to say it's automated. Okay. You don't know how much trust you're going to build when you do this. One of the things we talk about this in our training with our members is the first thing you do with an automated webinar when you record the video is you say, hey, this is an automated webinar. Yep, I recorded this video beforehand, especially for this purpose, for this workshop. This is not a past recording. This is a automated recorded video. This is not live. This shocks people because they're like, what? This person is actually saying it's automated and they're getting in front of it. They actually trust it more than they would do if they were on a live webinar, right? So being transparent and saying it's automated will actually earn you more trust points. So just get in front of it and be honest, okay? And there's a lot of great benefits to it, you saying it's automated and also it's being automated. So there's no point in just trying to avoid saying it's automated, okay? Number two, because they're going to find out later on. Like eventually, they're going to find out somehow. Some people won't find out, but it's a game of numbers. The second mistake you want to avoid is using content not meant for an automated webinar. Okay, this is like somebody, creating a YouTube video and then ripping the audio and making it a podcast. It's not a actual piece of material that was built for a podcast. Okay, so you want to create specific materials for your automated webinars. You don't want to use a past recording where you're talking to people in the chat and imagine I took this video right now that we're on right now and I used it as an automated webinar. People are like, who's Latanya? Who's Ed? What are they talking about? I don't see anybody in the chat like that. What are you saying? It's confusing, right? Don't use content that is like past information or a recording or some video you used back in the day. You're going to record a specific video for your automated webinar, and this is going to make it incredibly powerful because you're actually thinking about the user in mind, the automated attendee in mind when you're creating this automated webinar. Okay? Not making it engaging. A lot of people think automated means that's not engaging. No, you can make it incredibly engaging. You can do automated polls. You can do offers. You could do handouts. You can ask rhetorical questions. You can ask them to take down notes. You could tell them to reply to your emails. There's a million things you could do to make it engaging, and we'll talk more about that in a second. Okay. Creating another mistake you want to avoid is creating an automated webinar and not a system. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just put up an automated webinar. Okay, I'll record a quick video and I'll pop it in there and I'm good to go. No, there's a lot of things that you want to do beforehand to make sure you maximize your results in terms of getting people to the automated webinar, in terms of what happens after the automated webinar, follow-up sequences, emails, all that kind of stuff. What do you want to do when you move them to your Aweber account and make sure that you integrate and tag them? There's a big system that we want to integrate this so that this is actually a good investment of your time, right? Because your time is your most valuable asset. And the reason why automated webinars are great is that it leverages your time. You're going to put the time in the beginning, but then you can use it for years to come. Okay. So you guys promise you're not going to make any of these mistakes, please. Promise me. Okay. All right. So let's get into the key steps to an automated webinar system so that you can start growing your email lists with automated webinars. Okay. So these are the 4 phases. Okay. You may want to write this down, might help you out, and we'll break them down in a moment. Phase number 1 is we're going to do a bit of planning and make a few decisions. Okay. The second phase is pre-production. This is where we kind of produce the automated webinar beforehand. Number 3, we're going to create a compelling webinar and video. We're going to work on the video and make sure that it's congruent with the actual webinar. And then phase 4 is marketing and follow-up. How do we market our actual automated webinar to get people to sign up and join our email list, and the follow-up sequences afterwards. Okay. These are the 4 phases. Let's break them down. Okay. You guys ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready while I take a sip of water. Cool. All right. Okay, let's go. Phase number 1. Phase number 1 is all about planning for success. In this phase, you got to make some decisions on the tools you're going to use to run your automated webinars, how you're going to record your videos. You need to decide the topic of the actual automated webinar. What is something that your audience needs to know so that they're attracted to sign up for it? What is a pain point that's really bothering them so that they are interested in learning more about how to solve that pain point? And then you need to have an offer. You have to understand what is the call to action in this automated webinar. Why? Because you want to work backwards. You want to make sure that your offer is congruent with your content. How many of you have been on a webinar and you saw an offer for a product or service, but the content, it was kind of like a mismatch. It's kind of like a U-turn all of a sudden. You're watching some content about something and then it says, hey, then buy this mop that's comes with 5 chamois, right? It's like, what are you talking about? That has nothing to do with it. So you want to make sure that you decide what you want people to do at the end of the automated webinar. And this could be a lot of different things. This could be, listening to your podcast, watching your YouTube videos, signing up for a time on your calendar for a one-on-one. It could be buying your product or service. It could be, checking out your book. It could be, following you on Twitter. It's whatever you want it to be. Okay. But the point here is that you need to know what it is. You need to make that decision so that you can work backwards and make sure it's congruent with the actual workshop and the topic. Okay. In phase 2, we talk about pre-production. Okay. Pre-production is where you're building the foundation. You're going to outline the workshop. And this is literally like a lesson plan. Now, like I mentioned, I was a high school and university teacher for 13 years. This is my bread and butter. This is something I love teaching because it shows you how easy you can just outline so that you have a very streamlined, cohesive lesson in your automated webinar that is concise, that is pretty tight. Okay. Tell me, we've been doing this webinar for 25 minutes. Do you feel like you've learned a lot in the last 25 minutes? Do you feel like you've got something out of it? Do you feel like it's been a bit organized and, something that it's been a little bit easy to digest? Let me know in the chat if you felt like this workshop so far has been pretty valuable. Okay. I've gotten a lot. Okay. So I'm not saying this to beat on my chest. I'm saying this because I learned this. I learned this as a teacher, how to do this. I have a certain amount of time to teach my students something. I need to make sure that I be able to deliver in a concise way so they get the information and they can absorb the information. And I want to show you how to do that as well. Okay. Presentation slides. You got to work on making sure your presentation slides are clear, are easy to understand, that are not filled with words, but at the same time are bullet points for people to kind of see as they're walking through, and they can follow and hear you, watch you, and follow along. As well as how are you going to deliver your offer? How many of you get a little bit shaky when it comes to, I got to talk about my product or service, or, hey, buy my thing, right? Me. Okay. It's okay, Latanya, because we're not all salespeople. We didn't go to school. Like when I went to high school, we didn't have, math, science, sales, right? It was not a subject that you taught, but I could show you how to do that, how to easily transition from workshop to sales in a non-icky way, in a way that makes sense for you and your business. Okay. Phase number 3, right? A compelling webinar. We want to make sure that we create a stunning registration page, a landing page that allows them to see the value of this automated webinar, because this is really important, because if they don't think it's impressive, they're not going to give your name and email address and be part of your email list. Okay. This is what you need, right? So we're going to create a stunning registration page, a thank you page, which is the page they see after they register, so that they make sure they attend your automated webinar. We will work on the email sequences. Okay. How are the email sequences built? What are the things we say in these email sequences before the webinar, after the webinar? And we want to create a highly produced video, right? How do we produce a video with great lighting, with a great camera,
Sorry,
good sound?
Siri.
Sorry. Always interrupting, right? So how do you create a high quality video with great camera, great lighting, great audio, with a low budget, right? I'm not spending a lot of money when I create my videos, but at the same time, I want to make sure I can add a lot of production value, doing some simple things. Okay. Phase 4 is marketing and follow-up. How do we fill our automated webinar? How do we get people to sign up so they can get on our email list? And what's lovely about this is that once we set this up, our email list starts growing automatically every single day, exponentially, because they're just going straight into our funnel, and they're, signing up for the automated webinar. They're getting on our email list. They're consuming the content. They're getting all the automations. It's just actually quite impressive once you get it all built, right? So we're going to talk about how you can leverage free marketing if you're on a low budget and you don't have any disposable cash to spend on paid marketing. But if you want to go down the paid marketing route, we'll talk about those options. We have follow-up sequences. How do we follow up after the webinar to make sure that we don't leave any money on the table, that we don't, no one forgets to do the call to action, whatever it is. And then we talk about offers and counter offers. A lot of people give one offer on the automated webinar and that's it. Well, sometimes people are not ready to bite the bullet right away. So say, for example, you have a coaching program. It's a group coaching program. It's $500 a month. And you say, hey, join my group coaching. It's $500 a month. And you get some people to sign up. But some people will love your content, be like, you know what? I really want to sign up for that coaching, but I'm not sure I'm ready, right? So a lot of people just leave them hanging. Why leave them hanging? If they're not ready for $500 a month, offer them something else. $100 course, $100 ebook, just to warm them up. get them just to open up their wallets so that they can say, hey, I made a small purchase. I got some great value from them. I got results. There's a good chance if I give more money, I'll get bigger results. This is what you want to do. You want to create that transaction. So counter offers are very important because if they don't buy your main offer, you want to make sure that you give them something else as well. Okay. So those are the 4 phases, guys. Let me know. Does that sound like a lot? Be honest. Does that sound like a lot of things to do? Okay. No, it kind of is. It kind of is, guys. We have a lot of things to do. But don't worry. It can be overwhelming. I understand that. But I'm here to tell you that, like, what if I gave you some step-by-step guidance? Okay. What if I gave you the accountability you need, right? That will help you push you every single day as you create your automated webinar. Okay. What if I gave you all the tools, all the templates, and a clear plan so you can create your own automated webinar and grow your email list using these 4 phases I just taught? Okay. Well, I created something specifically for this, and it's called the Automated Webinar Challenge. Okay. And the Automated Webinar Challenge is exactly what that is. It's 30 days with 30 videos showing you exactly what you need to build an automated webinar. Okay. Do you guys want to see a quick preview what that looks like, the Automated Webinar Challenge? I can share my screen, show you a video. Would that sound good, just so you understand what it is? Cool. Okay, let me share my video real quick, or share my screen. Okay, so let me just go full screen on my, here we go. So this is the Automated Webinar Challenge, okay? And you might see that the enrollment is closed. The Automated Webinar Challenge comes with a lot of different things, but let me just show you the video because it kind of sums it up real quick. Let me just make sure that I'm sharing audio real quick. I'll just go share full screen here, boom. All right, I'm gonna show you my video. I'm not here to tell you that business is easy. Getting leads, getting sales, it's hard. I know because I learned the hard way, but you don't have to. And that's why I created the Automated Webinar Challenge. Your title, your topic for your webinar is your promise to the audience. Or I may want to change this up and say, I want to run it every day and I want to run it at specific times. If you're frustrated with not getting enough quality leads, not growing your email list fast enough, not getting enough sales to grow your business, then this 30-day challenge is for you. We're going to define your offer. We're going to make sure we're super clear on what we're offering our audience. That's a really, really good rule. A confused mind never buys. Each day for 30 days, I'm going to guide you step by step to create a complete automated webinar system to generate more business on autopilot. I'm going to give you everything you need: the software, the templates, the information, the guidance, the motivation, the accountability. Hey, welcome to day 3. Welcome to day 7 of the challenge. Hey, ninjas, it's day 11. Welcome to day 13. You're going to put in 30 days of work and reap the benefits for years to come. So we want to break down how to accomplish the promise, the title, into 5 steps, 5 parts, 5 tips. How much is this challenge worth? Well, I don't know. How much is unlimited leads and sales for your business worth to you? $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. And now you're going to ask them a very simple question. Would you like to implement title of the webinar with far greater ease? The only question left is, are you ready to make something happen? Are you ready to do this? Are you up for the Automated Webinar Challenge? Cool, guys. So this is just a quick overview of the video, but I want to break down what the Automated Webinar Challenge comes with. So let me just go ahead and go back to my slides real quick. So what we're doing again is 30 days. Every day you're going to get an assignment. This is what you have to do today. Get this done. Okay. And I'm going to give you all the tools and all the templates and everything. You have no excuse not to pull this off. Okay. You're also included in this challenge is access to the software. We'll talk about how this all happens. So that way you can run as many automated webinars as you like, as many live webinars as well. So you don't have any excuses. You have the software you need to pull this off and start growing your list. It also comes with 30 SOP templates. SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedures. This is a Google Doc explaining each step of the way for each step so that After you do this once, you can then hand over the SOPs to somebody on your team if you'd like, or a EA, and they can reproduce this for another different automated webinar that you run in the future. Okay. You'll also get access to our new private coaching area called the Ninja Town. It's our own private community that's launching actually in 2 hours. Okay. And this will be part of your training where you'll get to ask questions. You can post your work inside the community, get feedback from others, your registration pages, your images, your logos, your pricing, all that kind of stuff, so that you can get answers quickly. Okay. You'll also get access to our monthly coaching calls. Every single month, our members get access to me, and we get to answer any questions. We get to coach people through any of their issues or problems that they have so that they can get through and break through. Okay. Every single month, you'll get access. You also get access to templates, scripts, and frameworks. So you're actually going to get the actual templates, slide templates you need to just edit, change your logos, change your color. It tells you exactly what to do on each slide so that you can create beautiful looking slides. We also have frameworks and guides and email scripts that you can use for your email notifications, all part of this package. Okay. But the biggest feature of all is you're going to get results. Okay. These are just some of the things that our students have said about the program and about the training. Simple steps. Omar breaks things down into easy to follow steps that helps us grow our audience, increase sales. Love how these short lessons are packed with information, absolutely priceless in my opinion. Thank you. We also have Greg. Greg is one of our biggest users. He says, changed my business. Omar has helped grow my business in ways I couldn't even begin to explain. His step-by-step instructions, daily motivation, and techniques have helped me build and grow my community. Omar gives you everything you need in small chunks. Thanks, Omar. And then, of course, we have Shelly as well. Shelly's got a very interesting business. You probably meet her in the community. She says, no excuses. Thank you, Omar. Such valuable content in such a way that there are no excuses left for me to tell myself. If you are a newbie and you're an entrepreneurial journey, listen to Omar. You can't find a better teacher. Trust me, I've tried them all. Thanks, Shelly. So any questions, guys, let me know about the system, how you, any questions about automated webinars or growing your list, or of course, the challenge itself, if you're looking to dig into the challenge. Let me know if you have any questions, pop them in. I also want to share that, this is just some of the comments that people have said as they're going through the challenge, as they're building their automated webinars, just so that you understand that, hey, all of this doesn't matter if I don't get people results. All of this doesn't matter if it doesn't work. Okay. I need to make sure that people that take the challenge actually pull off a great automated webinar and get the results you're looking for. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions. I have one last question. Okay. Here's a question for you. Okay. I could teach you everything about automated webinars. I can show you all the different phases. I can show you what you need to do. I can show you the benefits. I can give you all the information. But at the end of the day, it's not going to really make a difference in your business unless you take action. So really, that's the last question. Will you take action? Will you implement what I've learned? Will you take this opportunity to kind of take the next step? This is a question you need to ask yourself. And in my opinion, I have regret inaction in my life more than anything than action. I've rarely have regretted a purchase to learn something. Because at the very least, I'll get something out of it. But what I want to share with you is that whatever I taught you today, whatever you got from today, the best thing you could do is to take it and run with it and do something with it and take action. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions in the questions area. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Let me know in the chat. Thanks, Omar. Latanya says, any other questions, guys? Let me know. Anything at all. Even business questions, email list of questions, audience growth questions, engagement. Let me know. I would love to answer any questions that you might have right now. I'll just switch over my video here. Let me know, guys. I'm happy to help in any way I can. In terms of setup, I'm happy to talk about my setup in terms of my camera, all that kind of stuff. I'd love to help in any way I can. We have a couple more minutes that will roll by to make sure anybody has any questions. But again, guys, let me know if there's anything that I can do for you as we wrap up. And also in the chat, let me know what was your biggest takeaway. What was your biggest takeaway today? Put it in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. What was your number one takeaway from today's webinar? All right, guys. You guys, if you do have any questions, you can always reply to any of the emails that you got from me, and I'll make sure to answer them directly. Be open and trustworthy is the biggest, and take action. Latanya says, "Great takeaway, Latanya. I love it." Good stuff, guys. Again, you just reply to an email. If you have any questions, we'll make sure to answer them. Either me or someone from my team will make sure that they take care of you. I should mention that our support team is 24/7. So if you do have any questions about anything I talked about today, you can always hop on our website and chat with anybody at any time. And they usually respond within seconds. So they are happy to help at any time. Well, that wraps up today's webinar, guys. Thank you so much for being part of today's webinar. If you got a win, if you thought it was helpful, let me know in reply to my email, whatever you'd like to do. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, taking the time. I hope that it was fruitful for you. And for those who are joining us and joining the Automated Webinar Challenge, we'll see you inside of Ninja Town, inside of our community, inside of the training. And I'll be happy to answer questions in our member coaching webinars as well. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your day and week.